Hey guys, so today I wanted to show you how to set up a very simple drum kit. I'm going to take you through the materials and then I'm going to take you step by step on how to actually assemble the kit. So let's start over here with the bass drum, very important part of the drum kit. We've got the drum throne or the drum seat. We have a floor tom. We've got a hi-hat stand. We've got a ride cymbal stand, crash cymbal stand, snare drum stand, drum throne stand. We've got a rack tom, snare drum. We have an arm for the rack tom, which attaches to the bass drum and holds the rack tom up. We've got a ride cymbal, crash cymbal, two hi-hat cymbals. Got three legs for the floor tom. And over here we've got a drum key. We have electrical tape, and we've got a tape measure. Alright, so before we go on to the actual assembly of the drum kit, I wanted to go over a quick safety issue. It's a pretty minor thing, but when you're setting up the drum set, you're always going to be working with, heavy objects, heavy drums, heavy cymbals, heavy stands, that, you're going to be holding up for relatively extended periods of time. So you always want to be wearing closed-toed shoes whenever you're setting up a drum set, because there have been countless times when I've dropped cymbals on my feet and drums on my feet, and it's not a good experience. So always wear closed-toed shoes. So the first step of assembling any drum set is to get all the cymbals assembled, get all the drums together, and just set them aside. And when we have all of them together, we're gonna put them all in place, and we'll have the drum set. We're gonna start today with the hi-hat cymbal, very simple piece of equipment. You're gonna begin by unscrewing the leg screw. Just a little bit here, moving the legs out until the stand is firmly on the ground, and then screwing the legs back in. After that, we're going to take off this piece, the clamp, from the top. We're going to completely remove it, set it aside for now, and you're going to take the bottom hi-hat cymbal. The way you can tell that it's the bottom cymbal is because it doesn't have the name of the cymbal on it. It's got Sabian, it's got the company, but not the name of the cymbal. This is the top one because it has AAX accelerators on it. So you take the bottom cymbal, and you're going to put it upside down, and place it on the stand, like so. And it should kind of be, a little seemingly unbalanced, but that's how it's supposed to be. Now you take the top stand, you can get a little close for this, but okay, so you're going to take the clamp, unscrew the bottom screw. You're going to take one of the pieces of felt off. There should be two pieces of felt here. You're going to take one of them off, just kind of wiggle it free here. You're going to place the cymbal upside down again, put the clamp through the hole, put the piece of felt back on, and then take the screw and screw that back on. Alright, so now we have the top hi-hat assembled. We're going to put it on the actual stand. You're going to unscrew this a little more, unscrew the clamp a little more, put it on the stand, and then screw it back in. Now, if you're familiar at all with the functions of different drums, you should know that a hi-hat is supposed to open and close. And you can see now that it's really not opening. It's pretty much permanently closed. To get it to open and close, what we're going to do is we're going to unscrew the clamp a little bit. You're going to press down very slightly on the pedal, and with your foot still down, you're going to screw the clamp back in. So now, as you can see, it opens and it closes. So now that we have the hi-hat cymbal assembled, we're going to move on to the ride cymbal. Now, I use what they call a boom stand for my ride cymbal, and I'll show you the difference between a boom stand and a regular stand when I set up my crash cymbal, because I use a regular stand for my crash cymbal. But it's pretty simple. The boom stand just has an extra attachment right here that can extend the cymbal a little bit farther than the regular stand can. So again, we're going to start by loosening up the leg clamp, leg screw, and bring the legs out until it's stable on the ground. And screw that back in. And this is actually a lot easier than the hi-hat cymbal to put on. You take off the screw on the top, top screw, take off one piece of felt again, and simply put the ride cymbal on the stand. Very straightforward. Put the piece of felt back on, and then put the screw back on. And we're going to make the fine adjustments when the fine adjustments meaning, you know, how far you want to extend the boom and how high up the cymbal is going to be when we actually put the drum set together, because it's really dependent on what kind of player you are and how far away you prefer your cymbals. So now that we've got two cymbals together, we're going to move on to the third and final cymbal, the crash cymbal. Now, I use a regular stand and not a boom stand, as I mentioned previously, for my crash cymbal. But it's still similar to a boom stand in that you're going to have to unscrew the legs and screw them back in, just like every other cymbal we've done so far. And as you notice, it doesn't actually have the boom attachment that the boom stand has. It doesn't have that extra arm that can extend the cymbal. So it's very simple. It's just a straight cymbal, cymbal stand, I should say. And very similarly to the boom stand, you unscrew the top screw, take off one piece of felt, and put the crash cymbal on. Put the felt back on, and put the screw back on. And again, we'll make the final adjustments as to height and everything when we put the set together. So now that we have the cymbals all set up, we're going to start moving on to the drums. We're going to start with the floor tom, which, as the name suggests, is the tom-tom that goes on the floor. We're going to begin, you have your three legs here, remember, and we're going to begin by flipping the drum upside down. And now you're going to see these little apparatuses, these little clamps on the sides here. We're going to begin by unscrewing one of those, and we're going to take a leg, and make sure that this curved part is pointing outwards, away from the drum. And we're going to put it about, I usually do about 3 or 4 inches past the clamp. And then we screw it back in. And you're simply going to do that with all 3 legs. And you're going to do your best to really make sure that they're as level as possible. There's about 3 or 4 inches sticking out on each leg. And when you have done that, you're going to simply flip the drum over, and oftentimes you'll find that, you know, you made a slight error in kind of seeing how far each leg is past the apparatus, so you can make your final adjustments and try and get it as level as possible after you're done unscrewing the legs. And yeah, there you have it. That's the floor tom. So now we're going to move on to the snare drum. For the sake of time, I already put the legs down. I feel like you know how to do that by now. We've had to do it on pretty much everything. So the first step is to put the arms down. Most snare stands don't have any lock on the arms, so you can just pull them straight down, no problem. You're going to then take the drum, simply put it on the stand, and the final step is to tighten the snare stand, because the arms hold the drum in place. So you're going to want to tighten the arms by twisting this screw right under the arms of the stand. Just like that. And your drum should soon be locked into place, like so. So now I'm going to show you how to set up the drum throne, or the drum seat, if you will. Again, I already put the legs down for the sake of time. You're going to begin by loosening these screws on the seat. There's 2 screws on mine. A lot of them just have 1 though. You're going to put it on top of the drum throne stand until you hear it click, like so. And then you're simply going to tighten the screws back up. There's no tightening of screws on the actual stand, it's all on the seat. The screws on the stand are for raising and lowering the drum throne itself. Now, fair warning, this is probably the piece of the drum set that I hurt myself on the most, because if you want to lower the seat, you have to keep in mind that there's a lot of weight on this, and this could happen. A lot of pinching going on there, so just be really careful when you're adjusting this piece of the drum set. So now I'm going to show you guys how to set up the bass drum, last part of the drum set. We've got a couple parts here. We've got the bass drum pedal, we have the bass drum itself, we have the arm for the rack tom, we've got the drum key, and we have the actual rack tom. Now you're going to want to begin by stabilizing the bass drum. Most bass drums have some legs that help stabilize the drum. You're going to unscrew them and very simply position them so that the bass drum does not fall over. Some adjustments can be made as to the length of the legs using the drum key. There's going to be little pegs on the side that you can tighten and loosen and extend the leg out a little farther if need be. Alright, so now that we have the bass drum all stabilized, we're going to take the rack tom arm, and now there's going to be two holes on the bass drum, as you can see, a left one and a right one. I prefer to have my rack tom on the left hole, so that's what I'm going to do. Basically, you're going to unscrew the screw that tightens the hole. You're going to put the arm in, and we're going to retighten the hole. Pretty straightforward. I usually have, 6 or 7 inches above the drum. 6 or 7 inches of arm above the drum. Then you're going to take your rack tom, you're going to unscrew the screw on the clamp of the tom, like so, and simply slide the drum onto the arm and tighten it back up. And next comes the bass drum pedal. So if you look at the pedal, you're going to see that it has a little clamp right here, and this little screw that keeps the clamp in place. Mine is pretty rusty, as you can see. It's a pretty old pedal. You're going to loosen this screw that keeps the clamp in place with the drum key. It's basically it's like a wrench. Pretty straightforward. I had this screwed in pretty tightly. And when you get it out enough, you're going to see that this clamp has some leeway. It can rise now. You're going to slide the clamp onto the bottom of the bass drum, like so. Let me get a close up here, like so. And then you are going to tighten that screw back up. And by the time you are done, the pedal should be safely attached to the bass drum. So as you can see, here is the finished product. The reason I didn't tell you guys or show you guys how to actually move the pieces into place is because a lot of drummers, prefer sets a different way than other drummers. It's a really personal thing. You should really figure it out yourself how you like your set up. I'll go ahead and show you the typical setup, just so you have an idea if you're completely clueless. Got a snare right to your left of the bass drum. You've got your hi-hat right to the left of that. Got your crash cymbal up top here. Got your rack tom right here. Floor tom right here. And this is just a personal touch. I put my ride cymbal right where the second rack tom would be. I only use 2 toms, so I've got room for it. And if you'll notice right here, I've marked off about 6 feet of electrical tape, a right angle. That always serves as a good guide as to what the basic shape of your drum set should be. It's going to be kind of like a corner kind of thing. Now, as you become more experienced with setting up your drum set, you really don't need to use the tape and the tape measure, but it's good. It's good for like your first few times setting up a set. So yeah, there you have it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video.